Hey guys, this is Jesse with Red Room Cinema. It's been a while since I've been on this channel, and it's time. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience filming with the Bolex H16. My last video that I posted, it was at the OC Fair with this beautiful camera. I had this camera for about 4 years and I just never put film in it. I bought film, but I never did anything with it. So my experience right off the bat, I love this camera. Like this is probably my favorite camera for many reasons. It's so rich to just film with a camera like this. I believe that filming with this has made me into a better filmmaker. How? Because one, this is expensive. I think it was like $200 all around, processing, sending the film, getting it back, converting it to digital. And I only have like 2 minutes and 40 seconds to be able to film with this camera. So I really have to think through the shots that I want to get. What story do I want to create? And the beautiful thing is that the footage that from my previous post, it's all from start to finish. I didn't edit any of the clips, you know, like how now we film a bunch of clips and then we piece them together how we want. It's all from start to finish. So I knew that right off the bat. So taking that under consideration, I began to film and edit at the same time. So yeah, I just love this camera. This camera, actually, when I bought it, it came damaged. The spring broke. Luckily, I had another camera. It's over this way, right here. It's a Bolex H8. So it's an 8mm camera. So I bought that one first. So when I got this one and the crank was broken, I just swapped the cranks. And this camera, let's hear how it sounds. Yeah, I could listen to that all day. Well, the thing is that I'm supposed to crank it and then it shouldn't keep going. So this is broken. So when I was filming with it, I would crank it and then basically I would hold the this picture in the bottom. There's like a separate lever in my pinky. I would hold it. How did I do it? It's been a while. Okay, I pressed it forward. So I would crank it, press it forward. Now I can let go and it doesn't crank. So that's how basically that's how I solved the problem of it continuously cranking and filming. So once I got that down, shout out to Quinn from Kodak. He's not there anymore in Film and Spectra. I hope you're watching this and I hope you saw the footage because he was excited to see this and it came out amazing. So big shout out to Quinn for helping me with everything. So I would hold this and then let it film. I don't know how much it costs to fix that, but I heard it can be pretty expensive. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it like this and it's totally fine. As you see the film, literal film in the other video, from start to finish in the beginning, you'll notice that there's a shake right before each different shot. And that was me getting used to the cranking and then holding it down, and then there was always like one frame that would film before I actually held it to stop filming. So as the film progressed, then everything worked out to be able to just film a lot smoother. I filmed everything at 24 frames a second. There's a bunch of levers here. The only thing I focused on was the frame rates. I left it as is at 24 frames. And then my friend was supposed to take a light meter I have never filmed and he forgot it. So I just I shot at wide open, which the widest that I have on this lens, it says 1.6. So I just shot wide open the entire time. And what I would do is I would pre-establish my shots. So I just line everything up, make sure it's in focus, and then crank it, you know. This would be the procedure. I'd look at the shot, focus it. This is the frame that I want. Start cranking, and then hold the lever. And now I'm ready and I'm still, and then that's when I let it film. So the more I crank, the more it gives me the ability to film. So certain shots I cranked a little too much and it would continue to film. So I just had to basically, you know, move around and get that down. But I would really encourage those who are into creating videos or storytelling, or even photographers, to dive into film, because there's a certain richness to it. It's not the same as throwing a filter on a picture and, you know, oh, it looks like film. It's not the same. So before I actually was able to afford this, I bought myself a film camera. So I had about 35 photos that I can take. So I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think photography for me is easier than creating films. Just that, my personal opinion. So once I was limited to 35 still images, then I really mixed creating my films and then, you know, with a still image. So then I began to incorporate that when I film. I would bring that film mentality into my digital, because when I first started, I would do something called spray shooting. So spray shooting meaning, I don't know if any of you ever gamed, but when you play a war game and you're just like, you put the trigger and you just hope that you hit something. So that's what I would do when I first started filming. And I would maybe get, you know, like 3 good shots out of 10. But I had to go through shots from 1 through 10, and that equaled time, and then I would get tired and frustrated. So through the years, I began to really be intentional about what it is that I'm trying to capture. And once I dove into film photography, of course I had to dive into video. So then that's when I got the H8. I just never put film in it. And then once I got the Bolex, then, you know, I just went ahead and filmed with it. I have 2 lenses on it. I can screw these in or off. This one is the length on this, like the focal length, one's pretty wide, and then the other one, I would say, I would compare them to having like a 18 millimeter, maybe like a 14 millimeter. Oh, that's really wide. Like an 18 millimeter lens is one that I have, and then the other one that I have, I would say it's like a 65. Let's see, yeah, they fell. And I'm not cutting anything because I'm gonna let everything be raw. Huh. Well, these are the only 2 lenses that I have so far, and it's a good mix. This is the viewfinder right here. This is the reflex version. So there's other versions that don't have this piece right here, and they might have it on the side. So essentially, like if you have you know, you're aiming, then you have to take under account that your aim is gonna be like, you know, you aim here, but your viewfinder's here. So you gotta take that under account, that 1-2 inch difference. But this one's the reflex version, so that's actually better for me. This is how it looks in the inside. Loading up film, unloading it. This is the inside right here. Oh, there we go. So we load up the film on this side. Right now, this one's the take-up spool. But once I get the film, I put it on this, I run it through the front here. I'll do another video when I actually set it up for my next project. And then I crank it, and then all the gears move. crazy how this camera works. And then once the film reels in here, then I just go ahead and close it, seal it, and then there's a good maybe foot to 2 feet of like I would say dead film. Again, if I say anything wrong, I just started filming with this, but it gives you some wiggle room so that you know, you don't overexpose the shots. And I did notice in the film footage there's like a orange hue that comes out on the light, and I'm pretty sure that's called, like, I don't know, the light pierced the camera somewhere. And I have seen other people, they put like tape in certain areas of the Bolex, like they put tape all around this area to prevent that from happening. But since it was my first time, I just went ahead and you know, did what I could. But overall, I love this camera. I will be filming more with it. If there's something in specific that you want to see with this camera, let me know. The film that I used was 500T, which I think they said it's like 800 ISO, similar to like camera. So that's what I used. I filmed from like 7 p.m. to like 10 p.m. So it was all nighttime, and I'm so shocked on how well it handled the light. There was a shot when I was at the Ferris wheel, and I told myself, I was like, this looks amazing, like the view, but I just hope that this camera is able to capture it. I don't know if it's gonna be too dark. And then when I looked at the footage in my computer, I mean, I was in awe on how beautiful the footage was from this camera. I'm never gonna get rid of it. It's different. I think a lot of people get so caught up with, how do you make 6 figures, you know, creating content for people? And you get so lost in that you forget why you're doing it. So if you have any questions, let me know. I don't know what I'm gonna film yet with this camera, but because it's definitely on the pricey side to process everything, get the film loaded and all that. So yeah, this is the Bolex H16 reflex. I got 2 lenses on it, and this is my first review on this camera.